So Jeff Davis Elementary was primarily a school for, would you say, financially challenged, middle class, lower middle class?
Actually, we were right next to a military base, so we had a lot of military families there. So you saw a lot of kids coming and going, moving all the time. So that was hard for those kids to make changes. Then as far as like socioeconomic standing, it was probably a little lower, but along the Gulf Coast, like with Biloxi, Gulfport, everything that's touching Gulf of Mexico, those areas are more well-off financially than the rest of the Deep South. So you see, like, Jeff Davis is actually in Mississippi one of the better schools, one of the better elementary schools, because they have so much funding with casinos that are off the lake or off the Gulf. But you still get that range of middle class, and but it's not as terrible as you might think with a Deep South school.
So you think by working in Biloxi in Jeff Davis Elementary, it sort of gave you a little bit more of a vision of what you want to do and how you want to affect, how you want to change, make changes and affect society, right?
Right. That's ultimate goal of mine would be, to be in some sort of position to affect social change.
Yeah.
And I've been dealing with different ways of doing that. It's one of the reasons I joined AmeriCorps, to see, you have people trying to eradicate poverty housing with Habitat, people trying to educate. There's so many things. Others find environmental issues more important. For me, I've been thinking about power structures and all that, and I thought the best way to affect social change would be through the school systems and changing what I believe schools are going in a more of a direction of just test scores, math, science, and English. Those three subjects, everything else getting rid of. And so I see a lot of problems, and I hear teachers complain about different aspects of policies when I was there.
Teaching to the test and stuff like that.
What's that?
Teaching to the test and
yeah,
those types of policies, No Child Left Behind, stuff like that.
Yeah, No Child Left Behind seemed like a lot of teachers were not happy with that.
Yeah.
Physically, it sounded like the children weren't being left behind because they were getting pushed through, but mentally they were stuck in 4th grade.
So now, is this you were raised in Wausau? Is that right?
Yes.
And so what's your background? I mean, you come from a middle class family, typical American family in America, and
well, my background, I guess, would be middle class.
Yeah.
My mother, growing up, was very poor. Both her parents worked in a factory. Several brothers and sisters lived right next door to the cousins, so they really had to grow together as a family. So she had a hard life. So they'd be definitely in the poor section. My dad, growing up, his father, so my grandpa, they did a lot of moving around. He did retail work. He did insurance, stuff like that. So it was just their core family with his 4 other siblings, so 5 kids there. So they were more of an individual pod traveling around, and came to Wisconsin, in Wausau, where my mom grew up her whole life, and my dad ended up living in a city just outside there in high school. And he went on to become a funeral director, and my mom is a school secretary now.
Okay.
At a Catholic elementary school.
And do you have lots of brothers and sisters, or one? You mentioned your brother was kind of the catalyst for you to maybe think about volunteering for.
No, I have one brother. He is 25, I believe.
Okay.
And he's in Chicago right now, attending the University of Loyola.
Cool. So your background is sort of, we find in our lives that there are many different experiences that lead us to where we want to go. It sounds like you're very clear about what you want to do and where you're going, and I found, all of you guys that I've talked to from Red 6 are just outstanding young people, and I talk to people all the time that say, they're kids these days, the old grouchy, old crappy, old guy. But I tell you, man, I am really impressed with you guys, and I think that our country is in pretty darn good hands from what I've seen so far with the group in Red 6 and you, Lucas. Now, Great Falls, of course, is... What do you think about Great Falls so far, by the way? What do you think about this community? And be honest. I mean, if you don't like it, say, sucks, man.
It's a very quiet, small-town city.
Yeah.
You can tell. Walking, you'd think, I like the downtown area with urban studies, so I appreciate the small businesses working in the downtown center here. But everything closes at 5, and,
Not a lot
not too many people around our age out, and it's a smaller community. I like it. It's quaint.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be my home.
Yeah.
But,
well, really, people your age, you guys are pretty much it. I mean, the Red 6 is pretty much it.
Red 6 is the youth demographic.
We couldn't wait till you guys got here, too. We were all talking about it months in advance. No, I'm teasing. But, so you think Great Falls is sort of Great Falls is sort of got an older, aging population here, so it's always good to get young folks and infusion of younger people in the community. Now, you got to wear these. I mean, you have to wear when you join, when you volunteer, during your hours that you're working as.
We're wearing one for fun now because they've grown on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, do you have to wear if somebody was to volunteer for to go on like a 9-10 month tour with N trips? Do you have to wear a uniform?
This is what they'll look like here. It's gray shirt, the A. We also have long sleeve. We also have khaki pants, several khaki pants, and that's about it.
Yeah, but you can wear whatever you want. You can go styling whatever you want when you're not working.
When you're not working, when you're off, you can wear whatever stylish clothes you want. But when you're working, you're in the gray. You have a hood sweatshirt maybe, or your khaki pants or shorts.